one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, we got the live stream here. Got a couple games going. One's getting out of hand really early over there on the right-hand side. I'll probably have to go back and review what happened. Try to catch everybody up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Turn this down a little bit.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Sounds going on.
Excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Give me a second to get set up here.
He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Should I get the link out to everybody? Games are going in the background.
This is good. And that will
Anybody who watches this later.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
They have no doubt about it. Good open field tackle.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
Yeah, I thought this would be more competitive games right here, but tried to jump on real quick and get a live stream going. Everybody who wants to watch in the league, I'll make it public. Give me a second.
Now a desperation throw deep.
So it looks like I'm gonna have to go back and find out what happened, because both these games got out of hand pretty quickly here. So let's go find out. Give me a second. I'll make it public for everybody else.
With their tails between their legs, they're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0.
And then we can talk about what we've seen so far with the quarters patch and people talking about the game is broken and all types of stuff.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right. That's up. Should be live. All right, so both these games got out of hand. Let me know if the screen is like really dark or something. You can't see it. It's really bright on my side, so hopefully it looks good for you too. Looks like the Rams scored another touchdown. My boy Plex joined the league late. Think about he joined week 2 or week 3 or something. I don't know. He joined before the season started. Somebody left right before the season started. And he's had the team the whole time. But anyway, it looks like this game is over on the left-hand side. It looks like Views gets the best of Feds. Feds, I think, only has 1 win on the year, if I'm not mistaken. So he's obviously a little bit of state of either reconstruction or flux. I'm not sure which one it is, but let me go back on his game. I'm going to go back and watch it live. Let's go back and watch both games, kind of live replay. It just turned into from a live stream to a replay stream. So we'll get an idea of what's going on. Let me open up my coach's pen in case I need to draw on something over here too. Anybody here who's just watching, this is my league. 2-2-1. Working on. I'm surprised guys played, in the afternoon. But I guess it's Friday, so that's cool. Happy to see games getting played quickly. I think we are in week 11, so guys already started week 11. Probably the way guys play in this league, we'll probably be done by tomorrow night. All right, so I missed the big play over there. I forgot. I was supposed to do a live stream, but both games are out of hand, so you pretty much don't need to watch garbage time. Let me just go back on this and just watch to see what happened. So a big play run. I'd like to see what people are doing too. Let's get an analysis. Guys get live feedback on how I think about the game. You know, cover 2 could play that route a lot better if he had the corners and what do you call it? Soft squat. They do play a little back a little further versus those 2-man routes like that. Those Yankee concepts. So it'll be hard to manage 2 screens at once, but I'll try my best here. This guy over here is making changes. I should have been a pick. What's going on? This game was like paused for a little bit, I guess. You guys are free to ask any questions or just talk some smack. It's up to y'all, man. It's up to you guys. Just wanted to jump on real quick. I'm going to get back on this quarters grind a little bit. I was working on the Wade Phillips playbook. Oh, man, there's so many good blitzes. I think I'm up to about like 8 blitzes right now. And they're all sim-based blitzes, but they all work pretty well in different ways. Intercepted. That was a forced ball. Forced that ball down the middle. Of course, I have a lot of curiosity in the game on the right because I'm the 49ers, so I got to play both these guys. I have to play. I don't think I played Seattle. I did play Seattle, didn't I? Oh, it might have been the game might have been simulated. No, we didn't play Seattle yet. That's right. Yeah, we don't play Seattle until later in the year. I played one game against the Rams and lost in a close one.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
Curious to see how Views tries to stop the Henry monster, because the Henry monster is a monster.
The Jaguars, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to
On the right-hand side, what we got here? A little
when you take it away 4 times through interception.
pin and pull.
What do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try to
Because I'm watching 2 games, I'm probably only going to be able to call out, you know, like big plays and whatnot. Trying to look at the screen here for any comments in the comment section on Friday afternoon.
Levis to throw it. That's to the tight end, Wiley.
It's a good corner out. I'm surprised he got that ball in there with that quarterback. I'm surprised that quarterback's playing so well for the Rams. That was a tight squeeze up there. He made a good throw. I'm guaranteeing probably some sort of RPO run game down here. We're going to get the push pass, which is now a run play in the NFL. But I guess in Madden, it's still a pass. Still a way to get a cheap touchdown for your quarterback. I'm pretty sure of that, right? I haven't even looked. They haven't turned that into a run yet, have they? I was hoping they get some stats on that, but they probably didn't. I remember that play. Feds over here, a little wing formation, wing slot. This game got out of hand. I already told Feds what Views does on defense. He should know. I don't know if he had a game plan for it, though. When I went back and watched the game, him versus me, there was a lot of cover 4, and no match, and a lot of cover 0. And then mixing in maybe cover 3, and maybe it's something else once in a blue moon, but that was pretty much it. So, predictable defense will get predictable offense, that's for sure. No shade, just the way it's going to be. That one was 3 buzz. That's his other play that he mixes in once in a while. Yep, that ball just took too long. Feds looked like he was unsure of where to go with the ball on that one. Just looking at it quickly, I got to go back and look. A lot of these takes are like, these aren't just only first takes. These are just live takes. So you guys got the privilege to go back and watch more of it. Curious to see what Detroit's going to do over here. What's going on? Man, that's that lurk. Lurks are cool for you know, yeah. Running to cover one guy and then coming back to cover another. I get it, bro, but that's not really, you know, it's cool. It's cool. That's what I'm gonna say. It's cool. Hand clap. Good job. It doesn't rank high in my book of impressive sim play. It's more just like old school video game play. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do that in real life. You can't run and cover one guy. You can do a little bit of it, but you can't really do it like that. And you know me. I'm a judge based off of real life. I'm a judge based off of, I feel like you got me mentally, or you got me with the scheme. Not necessarily you got me with the computer being able to see multiple routes as you watch 22 players on the field as you use your controller. Like, that's just, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. It's all good though, because that's the thing though. Like, there are people like Crew Michael, right? I've talked about this for a long time, and the guys know me. I make my takes. You may not like it, but I'm very consistent. He is one of the best user players I've ever played against, and there's a couple other ones that I played against, and he wins games on that. Like, it's not necessarily his scheme is good. It's good enough, but it's literally the game will come down to him doing something with his user on defense or his user on offense, and he's going to win. And that's part of the game. So I get it. I'm not complaining about it, but it's just a different type of player. There are good users, and then there's good schemers, and then there's a very few that can do both. You know. When I went back and watched, I put you like I'm gonna find some. Just like my favorite part of the game is having people throw for 25% or 50 yards, and the only way they can beat me is on a big play, on a glitchy big play. You know what I'm saying? I did that to you in the beginning of our game views, and then I did it to Gordo last night. I still lost to Gordo, unbelievably, but I think his quarter. He took out Trevor Lawrence because he was like, I don't know, 4 for like 20 for like 50 yards and 4 interceptions. It was crazy. I know he had no idea what he was looking at on defense, which is cool, and that should be my strength. I mean, I got paid to do that in real life, so that's how the game is fun. But user, I missed a touchdown. I missed that. User lurking, and then the thing too is, like, when you play at this early time of the year, that user lurking stuff is going to work. Because people are kind of like learning the game and going through their reads, and they're not really looking at you. They're kind of going through how they, you know what I mean. But as the year goes on, I'm going to start anticipating the lurks, and I'm going to set up the lurks. I'm going to make you go cover one thing and then on purpose throw it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or I know you about to lurk, like the interception you had when you came back and picked up the dig. You know, that's an easy, like, year 2, year 3, I'm throwing that ball to Kittle, because you were not in position to cover Kittle. He just ran another RPO. You were not in position to cover Kittle. You were like way behind him. And if I had a good quarterback that I trusted, I'm going to throw it to him. Or I'm going to stay on that first read, because you're just going to, I know you're about to fall off. I know you're going to chase a guy and then fall off. So like stuff like that, I'm not even in that mindset right now. I'm just trying to get my offense together. So the games will be a lot better when I play you later on, boys. But I ain't worried about you, because you're not even in my damn conference. But when I went back and watched the game, we can shoot since your game is probably over now. I can watch your defense from this point of view. You were in cover 4. No match, which hurts my heart. You know my channel. I'm a match guy. I'm all about that match life. You call in cover 4, palms, quarters, and just with no match. So you're getting extra cover 4s. Don't be slick. Don't be slick. We put numbers on how many times you can call a defense, but you get in extra defenses by calling all the different types of cover 4s from different formations and not playing match. So they're not really playing how they're supposed to. They're just zone dropping. And then you're sitting there lurking in the middle. And then you're mixing your little cover 0s because the shell looks similar, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's 4 or if it's 0. And then you're mixing your 3 buzz here and there. And your cover 1 here and there. But like, that's what you do. That was the game. So that's the reason why you're saying, why is there always ball being thrown outside? I mean, shoot, when you play in that type of defense, that's the weakness of the defense. It's the outside part of the defense. You know? I did actually throw the ball inside a lot too. Every time I did, something bad happened. So let's talk about that too. Let me see. Let's talk about the game a little bit. Let me stop getting off of my game. My game is over with. I'm a pretender, so my season is over with pretty much. All right. I gotta get back on the plex over here. All right, yeah, just like that. Like, that's an example. You threw the ball to the flat. I know that's your primary read on that play anyway. But that defense is so soft, and just playing back and playing zone and just drifting back in the middle. You got all these bodies in the middle of the field. Just throw it to the flat. That's where auto flat is understandable when you run a defense like that. And obviously, if you go and cover zero, the easiest throws are out routes, quick outs. You know, especially when you have guys who have abilities to get open on out routes. So it is what it is. I would have ran the ball if I was in a little bit different game mode. I would have ran the ball more versus that stuff, and that would have been, or screened you more and stuff like that. But I was trying to work on the drop back pass game. Don't blame me.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
I'm curious to see if any of the match people want to come in here and talk about match. They probably played some games last night.
Lawrence will throw. Flush to his right.
I love when people just start rolling to the right because that's where the routes are going. I always think that's amusing. Gordo did that to me last night, and thank God my DNs held up pretty well. But every time the pass was going to the right, he would just roll that way slowly and just get sacked. I used to put contains only on the right side of the screen just because people would do that shit all the time back in the day. I'm trying to look at what my boy over here Plex doing. A little play action, double crossing route. I just think Detroit. That's not how you say it, Detroit. Am I messing up the name, bro? I just think clicking on is a wild adventure. You click onto those DBs. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but clicking on is just a wild adventure. They don't respond, man. You try to click on, catch the ball, you get left looking stupid. I went back to your play here. How'd you score, bro? How'd you score, little bro? Oh, is that a zig? I'm not looking at your stream, but is that an audible zig? If it's not even part of the route concept views, come on, bro. You know it's man, I got you. Okay, I don't know, whatever. I see zig and I see a slant, so I know this is some sort of like created route right there, bro. That makes you feel good? Makes you feel good. You know, in most games I have really good zig defense. Against you, I was working on some pressures. And I was trying to get to the guys on Patreon. But I used some of my zig defense on Gordo later on, or yesterday actually, because we played, what, 2 days ago? Yeah, and that was fun. I just saw him sitting there waiting on the out route on multiple occasions. I won't give away all my secrets, but in the future, I'm gonna have a lot better zig defense. Don't worry. I hope you just run slants then. It's a changeup. The slants, the audible, the zig. Yeah, I mean, you know, finding a play with a zig in it is always the best way to go, right? You know, just fill up your playbook with zig route plays. Then you got one route that's always good. And then, you know, you can audible your slant, treat that like a crossing route on the backside. You know, gamer shit, man. Gamer shit. That's what we talking about right there. Outside. That's just a trusted throw by Feds, old school 1994 style football. I still play like that sometimes. That could have been a pick. I've seen guys click on and not make picks, man. It's like an epidemic.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's
bro, you know what? Let me give you an example. Like, my offense naturally, right, with the 49ers has a lot of zigs because of all the boot plays that we have. So we have a lot, and then the way the Niners offense is in real life, there's a lot of outbreaking routes, as you know, right? So like stick routes, old school, you know, West Coast offense, stick, things like that, quick outs, get the ball out of your hands, slants, good. But then they have zigs on the boot, so every single boot has a zig. Oh, that should have been picked. But then they have a route that works off of the zig. It's like a reverse zig, basically. It has a different name, but the point is, a lot of that's in the playbook, and I purposely don't run those plays all the time. I try not to. Like, I actually have them highlighted on an Excel sheet every time there's a zig, and I don't call them all the time. Like, I might run, I think I have 3 or 4 in my actual playbook, and it's hard, and sometimes I even audible them to out routes, so it's not super cheesy zigs. The zigs is just, again, it's just an annoying route that nobody wants to go, nobody wants to lose versus the zig. Everybody understands that you're going to do it like maybe 3 to 4 times a game, but once it starts going over that number in the first half, that's what happened in our game. You got like 3 or 4 in the first half, and that's like, oh shit. That makes the person think, okay, I'm about to get 8, but if you spread it out 1 per quarter, then that's a different story. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. It's like if I came out and ran what I should be running, stretch, outside zone, and all I say, oh, I'm using the Shanahan playbook. So, if I did that all day, then what? I got you with the little gun run. I didn't watch. I'm gonna watch the rest of the game. I'm trying to help you out too, views. Like, yo, first P and 10. I said that. I don't know if you knew what that meant. P and 10 is the first play of a series. So every time you start a new series, I think you were like 7 for 8 stretch, and that's a big tendency that everybody actually has who loves that play. Start a new series, run stretch. It's like a good way to get things going, because you might get a 90-yard touchdown run, so it's worth it. And most people don't have good stretch defense. I don't know, man. My boy Plex. I know Plex is running a little bit of the wide zone offense that I'm running from the same Discord, but then he's doing what I kind of wanted to do with Trey Lance, which I'm. If you guys care, oh, there goes the stretch. Told you. I told you the tendency. I guess you didn't care. I said, "F it, you're still winning." This is usually your little play action play that you like to run. Oh, not today. That's a little different. Little flood drive concept. I don't know if we audible the streak to a guy to a streak there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I didn't get another touchdown on the side of the screen. Ugh. I know there's a lot of people. I have a feeling that Detroit might be not happy with this. That's actually a counter bash play, right? A lot of juking. Damn. It's a good play, bro. Can't get mad at that. Outside zone game plan does absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know. I started using that one more because the fact that it does nothing actually is a good thing sometimes. Because everything else has such bad consequences, man. All right, I got inside run game plan. I can't stop play action points. My middle zone pass game plan, that used to be my joint. Poor run support from the linebackers. I don't mind the DBs. I mean, how about poor run support? I mean, that's some BS, man. The deep one is pretty good. I can kind of live with that one. I use that one sometimes, especially if I'm up big in the second half. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, I'm on the replay, so I went back because I think the score was this. This was the score when I was looking at it, and I was like, oh man, let me see what happened. I don't know. Let's see what you do versus the obvious cover zero look here. Views on this play. Check to a zig. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, come on. I mean, just check to an out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name used to do that? Smitty. That's a Smitty move. I'm going to start calling you Smitty. Because Smitty was like, last year, he's been playing for a couple years, right? Everybody knew the zig 2 cycles ago. Madden 20, whatever, 22 was crazy. Last year, just an out route was actually crazy 2 years ago, 2 cycles ago. And then he said, oh, I can't run outs. They don't get open versus that look like that, cover 0. They don't, sometimes they drop the ball, sometimes the guys cover them. So I have to zig it, you know, I got to zig it to get it open. Like, bro, you don't have to zig it. You don't have to repeat the same thing. You could let it like be like a ratings thing, like, yo, my guy is better than you. Like, I have Debo in the slot. He should win on outs. But why do I have to kill him with the zig to make sure I get that separation? So anytime you're running routes to maximize your separation and your game plan is based off of that, that's when things get a little bit like, that's when people start making comments, you know? So I keep looking at this play over here. It's just a streak route. I mean, it's just a well-thrown ball and just the truck, which happens way too often in this game. How'd you score over here, bro?
Here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
How'd you score over here? What'd you do?
Here's Lawrence.
See, that's another route there that I have on my playbook as well. But that it has the tight end zig. So I don't run it that much anymore. Actually, it's in my playbook, but I actually take it out and I'll use it like if I'm getting my doors blown off or something like that. And it has the reverse zig on the other side, right? So the reverse zig isn't so bad. That's just the normal route. That's not going to win all the time, but you just can't fill your playbook up with zigs, man. That's the word of the day, is zig, I guess. I should have called this broadcast the zig broadcast, yeah.
No run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The zig broadcast, yeah. That's what probably Feds is thinking right now, you know. I got zigs to death. Keep that dot, bro. Man, bro, you have a quarterback with abilities. I don't know why you was upset about your team. Every time I see this dude, big-ass dude, drop back and the joint lights up, I'm like, yo, it must be nice. Who should have picked that one, saying, I didn't see anybody close to that one. Was the safety on the other side? Because that ball can be picked if you throw that dig route late. It's really susceptible to getting picked. You gotta throw it on time. I don't know if you really threw that on time. I think you threw it kind of late. But let me not talk, because my timing is different than your timing, guys. Like, I gotta throw the ball within 1 second to wait for the ball to float through the air. That's my timing. You guys can actually probably see guys open and throw it after they're open. I can't. I gotta freaking anticipate everything. Unless I run a zig. Gunslinger. And then the velocity. It's just one of the top players, man. And that's the funny thing, too. Like, I know you don't have great receivers, really, I guess. So you're probably going to, when you get guys with abilities after you've zigged them to getting MVPs, then all of a sudden you can start running other routes. You know what I mean? But this first season's always like that. People use the excuse, well, my team's not very good, so I got to build them up, you know? Got to do what I got to do. That was forced. I could probably call out your offense on this drive right now. Run, inside zone gun. Run inside zone. Oh, play action, all right. You tried that one on me and got sacked. I sent the cover one pressure on you and you did that one, and that one was perfect timing. That one you just got sacked by, I don't know. Who sacked you there? The edge player? 4-man rush? 5-man rush, actually. But that's good. You got me off balance on that one. Let me see what formation you got. Because eventually, bro, I was telling, I actually told, what's his name? I told Feds this. I'm very open on my shit, yo. I was like, once you learn the formations of your boy, you're going to know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? You got the coach suggestions going on. And I don't know how you've been working it, but you look at your playbook, I can see in your playbook you got like certain plays that are picked way more than the others. Like I'm talking about, like you got offensive plays in your playbook that's like 55 plays and it's early in the cycle, and you got ones with 0. So your plays that you like, we know it ain't hard to figure out. It is what it is. So once you figure that out, then you can know what's coming. You can probably sit on it. You know, we played in the past. We played last cycle, and I think I beat you like on some weird game, whatever. That's what it was. Like I knew at that point in the cycle, I knew what the good plays were out of each formation, and I just kind of was just sitting, literally sitting there with my user, like, okay, this is the #1 read. You're gonna have to go to your second, your third read every play, you know.
The 45 yards, and it'll be Titans football. Tennessee offense about
the receivers are good. They probably, yeah.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a.
There's no crazy good players, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Like my goal again is to have below average stick. That sounds funny, but and then just try to beat you guys off this game. Like that's gonna make me feel good. And I know I'm going to lose more games than I'm probably going to win early in the cycle, but eventually it'll catch up to people. You got to find, like I was talking to Views about this, you got to find what makes it fun for you, whatever it is. And Views, honestly, I know I mess with you and all that stuff, but if playing how you play makes it fun, please continue. You're not breaking no rules. Not kind of, sort of. You do have one rule that's under review right now. I'm letting you know that right now. Being open and honest in the commentary. I want people to come back. You do have one that's under review as we speak. Just waiting for the response from the other two guys. So we'll see how it goes. It's not anything major. But I don't think it's major. But again, that's one person's opinion. I got to see what they think.
Before being stopped just before the 35. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
I mean, the word meta gets thrown around, and it's one of those things that when you play in a good sim league, everybody puts the peer pressure on the guys that run plays that are overpowered. And that's always the way it's been ever since I've been playing. I mean, you know, I've been playing since you guys was in diapers. So it's always been like that. And the guys that care and the guys that want to like get the respect of everybody will stop running overpowered plays, you know? Even though it's not in the rule book, we're not trying to ban certain things, but like you don't want to win using something that everybody is just like, oh. And that's the whole point of this league, you know? That's why it's different than 2-2-0 that way right now. We're trying to make it so that it's, you know, guys have a little bit of pride that, hey, I'm winning winning a different way, or winning using a realistic style, or winning not just off of the stuff that works this year, you know? Like right now in the red zone, and it happened my last couple games. I mean, if I can't stop RPOs, I don't deserve to win games, right? Because everybody's running RPOs. I even ran one that was forced. And at a certain point, that's going to get played out. It's cool to run RPOs because they work so well and that should have been picked. It's cool to run RPOs, I get it, they work. In real life, people do it too. But at some point, you just can't let that be, that's how you score all the time. That's like, I'm going to get back on the touchdown montage. If your touchdown montage in the red zone looks the same every week, it's time to start mixing that shit up, man. Like, yo. Every time I look at your touchdown, every time your team comes up, it's RPO for touchdown. Like, come on. If it's like how it used to be jet touch pass for a touchdown at the 5-yard line, over and over and over. You gotta give us something, man. Go on ESPN. Just go to NFL. Watch some real football and see some different types of plays down there. You know.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look.
This is the type of stuff I like to talk about. Oh, that's a good pass. I know that play, obviously. That's, yeah, being a part of the Niners system, those type of plays are huge for us. I do like that you're using it. Like some people, if you play somebody multiple times, you're going to change up your play style, right? So guys in my division, I'm not going to play every way, every time the same way. I'm going to mix in play action at different times, but I always respect people that actually run the ball and then use play action. They don't just use play action because those are good plays and guys get open. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a mentality behind it. Now, if I played you and you're my division opponent and you know I like to run the ball, then yeah, I'll use play action because I know that your thought process is coming from how we played last time or what happened last time or what you need to stop. But if we don't play each other a lot and I'm seeing you in the first series, the first quarter, you just out there play action, play action, play action, play action because the protection is better in Madden, because the routes are really funky and good, gets good separation. And that's when it becomes going back to like you're a meta player, you know? I mean, people call people meta players. It's like you're not doing anything wrong, but you're also like you're making the game feel. What's the word y'all use? Y'all young dudes use sweaty. Game feel real sweaty. Yeah, that's it. That's the views play right there, baby. I got you on that yesterday or 2 days ago. I called it by accident, but a little cover two sink. Blue hot route your middle linebacker to a blue. User the vertical hook player over the running back. Oh, that play was locked up. Took me a while to figure that one out. Ran into it by accident. That's the blueprint right there. If anybody cares how to stop the views play. Anybody knows what it is, y'all should know what it is by now. So like, what was that? Hold on. So you just went double play action in a row, huh? Like, fuck it. No, that's not play action. My bad. That's just a regular good old. Yeah, out of these new freaking semi-close formations, just a corner route. It's a good route. It's a good open, but it's actually a bad route. Like the way they run it in the game, I'm sure you know this. Like it's just too high up the field. That route needs to flatten out more like an out route, like a true corner, you know? Which I could be doing with freaking Kittle on every play. That's an example right there. That's why part of the reason why I have the Niners this year, because I don't want to watch somebody else take my favorite team and cheese like you can with the Niners. Kittle has route apprentice, so I can get those real good separation corner routes anytime I want. And I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll use it when I need it here and there, but I'm not going to sit there and make a game plan off of it. Anyway, I'm not talking about the game too much. Let me actually watch some games. I'm kind of bitching right now, so let me shut up. At least I feel like I am. Yes. Probably shut it down. Anybody else playing games, man? Let me know. I don't think anybody else is probably playing this afternoon. Shit, I probably should have played this afternoon. Got a little time off.
A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. The pickup, first down. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now.
I know it's one of those things. Like, yo, honestly, when people like, I'm talking to my boy over here, Views. It's kind of like I hate playing against it because it's like not, I know what's coming, so it's kind of like, okay, cool. How many meta plays can I stop? If there's about like 30 in a game, I gotta stop at least 25 of them because 5 of them are probably gonna go for touchdowns, right? All right, cool. That's a good game. That's a wonderful game by a defensive coordinator. You can stop 25 of the hardest players in the game, but yet you can still give up 5 of them for touchdowns, and you lose. You feel kind of like, bleh. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing is that if you know what's coming, you also feel really good, like I said, naturally as a defensive coordinator, like, yo, I can go into any NFL game and I know out of 30 passes, 25 of them, I'm going to box up. I'm going to get me a raise and a new car and a new house and probably a new family. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're going to be the best. You're going to be Fangio, right? Everybody loves them some Fangio. But in the Madden world, I might have lost 35 to 24 because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be 100% on defense. So it's kind of like that weird, like, I like when I know what's coming, but I'd also rather play a game where, like, somebody actually runs plays that set me up. you know, they run basic football plays. I mean, run a curl flat, run a just a simple route. You know what I'm saying? Run a simple run. Make me think about something else and then set me up. Like that to me is a more enjoyable time, you know? But at this point, everybody wants to win. I understand that everybody just wants to maximize their yardage, maximize their whatever. So like when I see a play like that, dagger, that's cool. You know, run that dagger play. Everybody runs it. Like, don't run it over and over, right? Don't run this play action crossing play on the left side of the screen over and over. Don't make that part of your main offense. I think he's trying to get back in the game, so that's a little bit different. But, you know, I understand these type of plays when you're trying to get back in the game. But some people, this is their base offense, you know? And there are some people out there, and there's some leagues out there that don't care. Like they just want to play and have fun. This used to be one of my favorite routes back in the day. But I used to run my offense. That's a real balls you throw, but I like it. One thing I got to do a better job of too is also try to work on some of my isolation route skills, like throwing back shoulders and throwing the ball up in the red zone for fades. Like, that's fun. You know. Have you guys because Views knows this and Arsenio knows this too. Road Ranger, let me ask you, what's your thoughts on leagues that are no switch leagues? Because we all played in a no switch league, and that to me that could be one of the best experiences in the world, but it could also be one of the most frustrating experiences. Why is it one of the best? Well, because routes are now caught by computer players, right? Routes are now determined by ratings more than ever. So a good player is going to win because you can't switch on and click on and do all types of animations and all types of possession catches and rocket catches and all types of shit, right? So that's great. Now, how is it frustrating? Well, when you get players that are meta and they run now, they have an excuse. They get an excuse to run all the overpowered plays because they know they have to get separation by the game design, not necessarily by the skill of your player. So those type of leagues I actually found not to be fun because, you know, and I've had plenty of opportunities to keep playing in those type of leagues, but I had to stop because I actually ran into more meta players, and the top guys thought they were really good, and all they were doing was just running the best plays in the game on repeat. And it was just like, man, this is bad. You know what I mean? And watching the computer get open because, you know, it works really well. So you got to find a no-switch league with guys who run real offenses that aren't necessarily Madden offenses. That would be hard to find. You know what I mean? You got to give me props, Views, by the way. You know, my stretch defense, I gave people a little bit of a blueprint. Since I knew stretch was coming, there was only a couple times where I kind of got out leveraged, but I think every time you ran on first and 10 stretch, it was like it was either a 2-yard gain was at the most you would get. I think you got 1 or 2 that went further, but I was proud of that. So the little things, you know. Yep, I know that was a zig. And that's the funny thing, it's not even necessary versus zone, right? It's not necessary versus all zone routes or zone defense. Like, it's cool, but it's, you know, it's just the play that works versus a lot of shit. This game got out of hand. I think I'm about to shut this one down on the right-hand side. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just see here. It's just an RPO. Yeah. What's up with Detroit's defense, man? You gotta get his defense right. You can't be sitting in that soft zone versus RPOs, man. Okay. What's up, what you doing over there, Feds? On defense, bro. What you doing? You know I'm working on what you was trying to do, I think. You know I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I've gotten a couple people with that stuff, but that takes a little bit of time. And Views is going to Views' first reads most of the time, if it's not play action, is some sort of route that's going to be right in the middle of the field. It's going to be the classic streak route, seam route, something to get the ball out of his hands quick if you give him that first lane. Easier said than done when you're trying to work different defenses in and not using the middle of the field all day, but you got to know that. Yo, Range Rover, what's up with keep calling Range Rover. I'm gonna call you Range Rover because that's just how it hits my brain. Road Ranger. Anything going on with the quarter stuff? I'm gonna try to get on tonight, do a live stream tonight because I can sleep in tomorrow. I wanted to get I have some clips from my games from the past 2 days of me playing cover 4 to bunch. I guess I'm gonna call it box. I should probably just start calling it Buster, to be honest with you. And I think that's really what it is. And then I made my own little personal adjustment to it too. That kind of, I think, makes it really nice. So, but it's weird. Nobody's coming out in bunch versus me in my games. So I don't know. I haven't got a chance to really work it that much in a real situation besides practice. I guess Plex or Detroit is not going to come up in the stream, explain what happened, get a little post-game interview. Let me do that. Let me try to invite these dudes and be like, hey, can you give us a post-game interview? Let me get a post-game interview. The losing coaches. Let me see.
In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down throw from Levis. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive. The Seahawks offense. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided.
All right, I told them to come to the chat.
And there's still a quarter to go.
So we can ask some questions what happened in this game. Actually, it looks like Feds is working it though.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15.
My Brock Purdy pain is just... You know what sucks about it? I'm pretty sure they updated him in Madden already. They made him probably so much better. I don't even care about the 84 arm strength. They didn't give him that much accuracy. But a little secret, I haven't even upgraded him in my Madden deck yet. I'm just hoarding his his development points right now. So he's still the same way he was out of the box, if I'm not mistaken. So actually, majority of my team is that way. So I'm gonna update him soon. I've just been so busy doing stuff. I haven't even done the practices with my players. I refuse to sit there and do mini drills every week just so I can get an extra 200 XP or whatever. Okay, Detroit. Hit him with the stutter butter.
Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Before they can snap it, time runs out.
Yeah, the only way you can count, you said you can only... Why is there always a heart next to your thing here? I can never see what you're saying. I'm gonna put a notation next to it. Oh, the only way to combat superstar players is with user skills. Yeah, I get it, and that's the reason why I am where I am now. I'm in a league where user skills are. We want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you figure out, like, some people don't play. Everybody is not a schemer. Everybody's not reading the instruction manual on how to become the next whatever. You know, nobody's trying to be Mike McDaniel up in this piece. Some people just want to have fun and just kick it like you playing NBA 2K or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to pull off some moves. And I get it, because that's football too. That's a huge part of real life football. So that's the reason why it's more fun. And then you can have different levels of players having fun the way they want. So, but there has to be always, if you could find, like, let's say you know a technique, and I've seen this before, where, you know, whatever it might be. Like, let's say, this is a real small one. This is kind of a nitpicking one, but like running to the sideline. I don't want to make a sideline running rule. Like, yes, at times you need to just like turn your shoulders perpendicular to the sideline and just run and get away from people. Or you need to run backwards a little bit. But like when you do it all the time, if you run outside zone, I've seen people do this in the past. That was a good touchdown. Was that another screen though? Hold on. Before I say that was a good touchdown. People just run to the sideline to get it. Oh, it's just a route. Flat route. Okay. People try to get away from people that way all the time. Like people who used to use Lamar Jackson, and all they do is every time they get in pressure, they just run backwards like 40 yards and throw the ball away. Like little things like that can get annoying. That just makes the game unrealistic, you know? Like that was good. Like Views knows from, because we used to play in a league where you couldn't run to the sideline all the time, even at all. Right there, he could have done that. Like this stretch play, he could have just turned his shoulders even more and probably got the touchdown, and then like got to the sideline, then turned it up. You know what I mean? But he didn't. He kept himself at a 45-degree angle parallel on the left of the screen, and he got tackled. Now, of course, it's also the fourth quarter. He's probably not trying to get a strike, but at the same time, you know, that's how you should run on a regular. Like you shouldn't be taking advantage of the game and trying to run to the sideline as hard as you can all the time. You know, like, so that's where the user skills kind of gets kind of like weird. Those aren't necessarily user skills. That's called being a gamer. You know, that's called being like taking advantage of the game.
Maybe you've actually clicked him up in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Like there are guys I know who are really good hit stickers on defense, and like when that shit used to like make fumbles all the time. I mean, that's cool, bro, but like your whole game is just hit sticking people. Or when somebody's always trying to strip you on every play and they're running around, they got that stupid little chicken wing animation, like they're running around like trying to like knock the ball out. It's just like it's like use it in the situation when it applies. Don't just sit there and spam it, you know? That's where the user skills can go overboard, in my opinion.
Past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.
What we got here? Palms against trips, tight end. Oh yeah, you were talking about this earlier, right? What do we got going on? Palms, right? Trips, tight end, or trips, flex, any of that? Yep, 3x1 stuff. Solo corner.
This game overall has been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side.
Oh, okay. Well, I always give the advice that when you play palms or when you play quarters, just to man that guy up on the tight end. It's one of my base adjustments. I've been doing it for about, I don't know, as long as this match has been in the game. So you just play solo on that tight end. You just man up the corner. Now when he runs like a drag route, he's gonna have a step on you, but your corners are faster. Usually they're gonna tackle him, so it's not gonna be a big deal. And then when somebody does that a lot, I like to set it up because I'll call quarters in a big situation. I actually did this yesterday, and I will do the same adjustment, right? And if the tight end's fast, he's gonna run across, he's gonna beat the corner. And the computer, the offensive guy, your opponent's gonna be like, oh, he's open, cool. I'm gonna throw, dagger across him. I'm gonna dump it down to my tight end. I'm using the nickel, and I would sit there, kind of bait it a little bit, a real bait. Views. I'll just back up to cover number 2 for a little bit, and then I just come screaming downhill, and then pick off that route eventually. If somebody wants to throw a drag all day, then I'm okay with that. My problem is I did that. I can show you the clip of that. I might pull it up. Here, actually, you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to pull it up on another screen over here and show you. And I think I actually made a highlight of it for myself, or a note of it. The damn backs, I was playing quarters. It wouldn't matter if I was playing palms or quarters, but the backside safety did not come over. He got beat on the crossing route, bro. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, I can't take that, man. That's just... He's letting the guy cross his face, man. And he's a good player too. That really pissed me off. Hold on 1 second. Let me try to get this pulled up. I think I clipped it. I usually go back on my games and I clip all the plays I want to make videos about later. That one I might have let go. I was so mad I didn't even want to watch it again. Let me go find it real quick though. I'll put it up on the screen here in a second. Because it was a big time in the game too. It was like a big he got into like he got tackled at the 1,
Second down and 8.
but it was a really big time that if I would have got a play on that, he basically threw it up to his second read blindly and got rewarded for it, which to me is always one of the worst things in this game.
99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous.
All right, I think this game is over on the right-hand side, right? Let me just pause it real quick.
There's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has
but if you just man that guy up, it's a lot better. And then I have some other ways that you can put him in press, because sometimes it's hard to press that guy if he's like a little bit flexed out. There's ways to do it. I found a way to do it actually 2 seasons ago. So let me just find this play. Come on, where is it?
Just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion.
That wasn't this drive.
Be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Oh, you
10
know what? It
yards
was.
there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it
Give me
doesn't
1 second,
matter
bro.
what
I'm
the
still trying to
defense
find this play. I should have
thinks. They've
bookmarked
got
it.
the
It's my
confidence to
fault.
keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7.
Actually, might have been early in the game.
Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
I think this is it.
On 3rd down, Johnson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is
And
it.
running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
All right. I don't know if you can see this one. I'm going to try to pull it up if I can. 1 second here. Get the settings to be better. All right, so this one here was the one that I was talking about. So this is, I think I definitely called quarters. But you see the adjustment right there? Right there on screen, like a corner's playing man-to-man on the, I don't even know if this is actually a tight end. I think it is, but it doesn't matter. It's the same type of formation. Gives you the same problem. Definitely when it's a tight end, it hurts more. Let me go back. Yeah, trips, tight end, flex, right? So I make 2 different adjustments here. I call cover 6 invert, which gets them in an underfront, which puts the 3 technique away from the back. And if you don't know if you call big nickel, you can do that. You can get your front to like stop the regular inside zone plays that everybody runs. Then you can check your coverage into whatever you want. Doesn't matter what you check it into, the front won't move. It's the only front in the game that does that. Big nickel over G. But the real thing is, so I go to quarters, and then I did it with the universal adjustments. I put this guy in man-to-man. So if he does run across the field, he's going to be there to kind of tackle him, hopefully, right? But it's also a setup because I'm going to use the nickel, and I'm going to kind of bait, and then I'm going to come up, and I'm going to try to get a pick. I was trying to get a pick 6 right here. 3rd and 4, easy time, best time to do it. There, see what I did? So, like, to me, that's something I like to set people up on. It looks like he's beating the man across the field. They're not looking at you, and you're good. Quarters, you got everything else covered, right? Got the vertical. This safety has this vertical. I try to hold this vertical a little bit. Obviously, you can see by me backing up kind of makes a guy think he can't throw that. And then this safety over here has he's the poacher in quarters. He would play, if it was palms, it would play the same way. All right, because these guys have a cone in palms, and whatever. I'll talk to you about that another time. But the safety, look at that, man. Like, that's just, I mean, the game has to change. That's Hufanga, who was an all-pro, pro bowler, has good coverage skills. Now you would think of also a user would not want to throw this too. Like if I took a picture right here, my first route is taken. I'm just gonna trust it that this guy is gonna win. But that's called video game play, knowing that those crossing routes win a lot versus any coverage. So I'm just gonna throw the ball. Like he literally should have ran for a first down, to be honest with you. But he decides to throw the ball anyway, gets rewarded for it. So that's the type of stuff, man, I can't stand. I just can't stand it. But that's how I try to combat all that. That formation to me is like one of my number one formations that I always try to make sure I have answers for. I have game plans set up for that, and I have like 3 or 4 coverages just for that formation. Yeah, that's a tight end. Yeah, so yeah, that was Tripp's tight end flex because that's the reason why I called that defense because I knew what the formation was right in Madden. Anyway, that was interesting. Let me go back and complain about this game, man. Let me show you guys this. Let me get some sympathy. Look at this shit, man. There's something down here that happened that was crazy. Where is it at? Pretty sure it's down here. Is the 4th thing going up? It was before this. I think this is the play. Yeah. So down here in the red zone, I'm playing a lot of man or quarters, which is what I usually do. If I think somebody's going to try to bubble me, right? Man, I feel pretty good about it. Quarters, I like to jump out here with the quarter. Again, most teams are going to run what? Inside zone, bubble, right? The bubble's coming over here or some type of shit, or they're going to zig you to death, right? So I'll play quarters and I'll play with the nickel. And that's what I did here. Knowing that the safeties are pretty good at driving down on slant routes. So I'm using Lenore, 3rd and goal. I'm just basically going to sit. Actually, I did. And I'm playing. Actually, did I play cover 6 of this? I don't think I did. I did call cover 6 of this. I don't know why I did. But so I did hard flat because I wanted to my corner on the right hand side to hard flat as well. But right now, I'm just going to sit right here on the outside part of this route, waiting for a zig to come. Right? Oh, that's not the route. Damn it. It's not the play. Oh, let me go find it. I did it again later on. And it got real crazy, I think. Let me find this thing. Was it at this point in the game? I lost this game by being some shitty offense, to be honest with you. I must not have been at that part. Sorry, goodness. Let me go back. It's in time here. Damn. You know what? Let me go back and find the actual clip. Because I do have that clip saved. 1 second. My boy called this karma when it happened. He said, that's karma. Like, all right, cool. Whatever you want to say, bro.
This will be 3rd and 6.
Emo called this karma. All right, yep. So here's the play.
This will be 3rd and 6.
So yeah, I'm just playing quarters here. That's what I thought. Over here, look at the safety. Tell me about the game. Is the game this glitchy? They gave him a freaking catch, first down on the 1-yard line. Watch this again. Just watch it. The safety picks this ball off, or at least knocks it down. Looks like it just hits his chest.
From the shotgun,
The game animated that to a catch at the 1-yard line. Made this into a rewind clip you do on YouTube. If you keep going over and over. Yeah, but anyway, what's happening there is I'll play quarters, I'll play 2-man, I'll play 1, and I'll double team the slot guy. And this is obviously quarters is a natural double team of a slot guy, kind of, sort of, right? Because this guy's going to drive it, hopefully. Anyway, that was crazy. That was fun. Let's see what you guys got going on over here. He scored in that touch. The game was well in hand and stuff like that. But whatever. He had some bad breaks. I had some bad breaks. That's the type of game both of us should have just said, the game is trash, man. Good game. But emo was emo. And I won't go into it, but of course, it got to piss me off by saying something stupid like that's that's karma for me for the kick meter not working and me kicking the ball out of bounds. Like, what are you talking about? You think I did that to you? Karma means somebody does something bad to you, and then it comes back to hurt them. Not the game is broken and something bad happened to you, so now something bad has to happen to me. Like, no, that's not called karma. That's called just the game is bad. Anyway, no, he didn't. And that's, honestly, Plex, that's the thing. I was honestly thinking, like, would I have handled that different? I think I would have handled that different. I would have just kicked the field goal. He went back on defense and ended up having to kick a field goal because I stopped him. So I think that's what happened. Maybe his whole mind was messed up or whatever, but he took time off the clock and he just, yeah, he tried to score after that play. He didn't look at it as I might have even punted the ball and been like, bro, you deserve that pick. You deserve that or whatever. Or I'll kick a field goal. It was dropped. Whatever. That's the best way to handle it, right? Yeah, just kick the field goal. I didn't deserve that first down. It would have been fourth down. That's how. See, that's how you see. That's what I'm talking about, Plex. That's why you in 2-2-1, bro. That's why you in 2-2-1 because the way you think is fair. It's just. You don't want to win the game off of BS, right? That's what I was talking about earlier. Guys that want to win the game just to win that's the worst. That's the worst thing in the world. And that's what makes the game not fun. Like that's what makes we can all go through the whole year and have fun with the things that makes this game so great, like drafting and just even kicking it. But like when people start like taking that personal and because I think I paused the game or I even wrote in the chat, I was like, what happened? Because I was like, what I was confused. I was like, wait, do I have the ball at the 1 yard line? Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden it popped up. So I just wrote, oh man, that was a pick. And then this dude started talking trash. Well, that was called karma because of what happened to me earlier in the game. I'm like, oh boy. Here we go. We about to get this dude sitting here talking all this trash about you deserve that because I got I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like that's not what we here for, bro. That's when people start taking shit personal and not want to play people anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. All right, you deserve that play. Yeah, okay. That's what I mean. The rest of the game, I was just like out of it, and I lost. I'm not making it an excuse. I made some poor decisions. I was throwing the ball way too much, but I think the last drive I had that game. It's funny. If I actually went back, I'm not going to review it because it looks like I'm trying to make a case against them. But I had the ball within the red zone. I think he had 3 timeouts left or whatever, and I'm running the ball, trying to kill clock because I'm in field goal range to pretty much win it. 2 injuries. Kittle goes down with an injury. Timeout, San Francisco. Okay, so he didn't have to use his timeout. Next play, my right guard, timeout, gets hurt. Timeout, San Francisco. I'm like, what the freak? And I'm being passive on offense because I'm like, I could just run the ball, make him use all his timeouts, and he has to go down and win the game on a 2-minute drive with no timeouts. He got he got 2 free timeouts. And on top of that, those 2 players are out for 4 weeks now for just 2 running plays. Freaking I don't even know, broken body. Like just so not only did I ended up losing the game, so like not only did I lose the game, I lost 2 of my better players, including Kittle, for 4 weeks. I'm sitting here like, yo, that's the example. Like I didn't say nothing to him after the game. Like that's bullshit. But like really, like that's crazy. Like the game, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. So like that's the way the game plays. But if I'm playing you and you mad cool, and you're just like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, I can't believe that happened. That's how I would have acted. Like, yo, that's crazy. I would be pounding my chest, like, yeah, yeah, I got that. I deserved it. Come on, shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's get back to football, man. People are gonna be people, man. That's just the way it is. I guess that makes it part of the fun too, because people are gonna be dicks. It's because anyway. I got to get back on this quarters work here, guys. I want to look at the tight end trip stuff. Everybody's talking about that like bunch tight end. People saying, it's not playing that great. I want to take a look at that. And then I'm going to be on later on tonight. I'm going to do a live stream tonight. Just kind of troubleshoot some stuff and see what's going on, man. Thanks for hanging out. I want to get those games in. I guess we never got, Plex came in, but we never got the two losing coaches of the afternoon. I wanted to see what they had to say, man. You can go back and look at what I said some things about your gameplex. Nothing crazy. I know that you're using the wide zone offense like I am. Coach Scott style a little bit, but then you're mixing it in with the little bit of that RPO spread run type of stuff, which is what the reason why I'm jealous, bro, is because that was my plan going into this. I literally have a playbook set that I practice during the what do you call it, during the beta, and then as soon as I got the game, my spare time, I was working on it for Trey Lance. So I was gonna do the same thing that you pretty much are doing right now. Which, and then as soon as Trey Lance got traded, my whole offense just changed. Like it just went to like, okay, there goes the zone read, there goes the gun runs, there goes the spread offense, there goes the counter bash, all that stuff gone. So now I'm running like the bare minimum basics of the boring Kyle Shanahan offense in the Madden world, which is not that much fun to be honest with you. So I'm gonna try to see what happens. I might jump out of the offense and go back to what I've been known, my own personal offense, which is not based off of really anything in real life, but it's fair. I don't think anybody's ever played me over the past 8 years. It's been like, oh, Geronimo got a cheesy offense. It's been good enough. It has some money plays in there, of course. You can't run an offense without some plays to get good separation, but it's balanced. It's good, and it wins, and I know how to run it. So it'll get me to the playoffs if I run my regular offense. I know that, especially with this team. It doesn't matter who my quarterback is, but I was trying to run it. I was trying to get through the season, man, trying to get through this offense, but there's a lot of little things that I haven't really worked on, like my quarterback footwork, just the flow of the route, different routes, and then all that shit. And then Purdy's arm is just when I need it the most, the 84 throw power, just it's bad. When I make a bad read or I throw something late, it's automatic pick. Like it's just ugly. I've gone like in my games, I've gone like high percentage passing for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I've gone like 16 of 20 for like 3 interceptions. So four incompletions, 3 of them are picks. So it's hard to win games like that. And then you get frustrated, then you start throwing the ball around all over the park, and start doing dumb stuff. Yeah, the Shanahan RG3. I'm with you, man. And I'm pretty sure that's what Shanahan was going to do for what do you call it, for Lance. I went back and watched the games that he had with Lance and just how he tried to use him a little bit, but and then also my own my own thoughts. I'm a coach too, so like how would I use Lance to maximize the Shanahan offense? He's still going to run stretch and boot, like that has to happen. He's really good for that because those boot plays can turn into run plays, and I was looking forward to that too. Get out on the perimeter with that dude, and then you just keep on running. And then the gun stuff, like the gun and pistol stuff, that's today's football, right? So currently, I'm not doing the gun pistol stuff because I have, Brock Purdy. I got little church boy, 12-year-old church boy as my quarterback who got bad ratings. And maybe next cycle they'll give him some good ratings if he continues to play well. So, all right, I'm gonna cut out, get some work done on the side for you guys. Keep working on my. I'm really loving the Wade Phillips playbook, man. I just put in like 8, 9 blitzes. I'm gonna drop that thing soon, and that's gonna be if anybody wants to run an aggressive attacking 3-4 defense. It's funny because I've been practicing some of it in my Madden, just little elements of it in my CFM games, and there's some things that I didn't realize it's really good against. It's really good against play action pass. Like people don't have an answer for play action pass. People who spam play action pass. You run that attacking 3-4, you're gonna be up in that quarterback's ass. So it's actually interesting. And then I want to move on to my next project soon with Jim Swartz defense because that's pretty much what I'm running right now myself. So I want to kind of pare down the wide 9 defense a little bit, get it nice and tight. You know what I mean? All right, guys. I'm gonna hit you up later. I'll talk to you later, man. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekends. Let's come back later on, have some adult beverages, have some fun, listen to some music, and just play some Madden, Talk to y'all later.